What's up, you guys? It's 2Bricks here, and in celebration of the final episode of Season 1 of Andor having dropped on Disney Plus today, I decided to bring you guys a special video to commemorate the occasion, a microfleet update, I guess, a really small one, just featuring this one ship. This is Luthen Rael's Fondor Holecraft, which is a mouthful for sure. Basically, it's the the in Andor equivalent of the Millennium Falcon. This is a ship that's highly modified, tricked out, passenger kind of medium-sized transport with a bunch of little things up its sleeve. And yeah, you guys obviously got to see, if you're following the show last week, this was used to great effect to take down a freaking Star Destroyer and escape a tractor beam, which we've never seen happen in a Star Wars thing ever. So very, very cool. So yeah, of course I had to build this for the fleet. Of course, check out all the other fleet videos down in my microfleet playlist there for more updates to this gigantic nanoscale fleet that I'm building. But today we're just going to be taking a look at this one ship, and then I'll give you guys a look at it in comparison to some of the other similar types of ships that I have in the fleet. And then stick around till the end, because this is actually a two-part video. We're going to be doing a microfleet update / let's build. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to build this, just so that while I have it here and while it's fresh in my mind, I literally just finished building it, and then I can kind of get that out to you guys ASAP. So hopefully that's cool. Hopefully it's something you guys are into, and hopefully the final episode of Andor is awesome. I obviously have not seen it yet. I'm recording this in the past when the episode isn't actually out yet, and so no spoilers in the comments, because I may not have seen the episode yet when this comes out. So here we go. Let's take a look at the Holecraft. So when I heard the name Holecraft said on screen, that's H-A-U-L for those of you who can't understand my somewhat British accent, it made me immediately think of the AT Hauler, and then I was thinking about how these kind of top-mounted wing struts might be some sort of a similar type of a deal here, where it's designed for carrying cargo in some fashion, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's literally just called that because it's for hauling things around, so just another way of saying a freighter. So I'm going to move that out of the way. The other ship that has obviously been most compared to here is the Millennium Falcon. So I just wanted to give you a look at that side by side. Obviously the Falcon is on a stand right now, so if we elevate it, you can see there approximately the same length. The Fondor is about 2 studs shorter, or maybe 2.5, something like that. And it's but it's almost as wide. In fact, it is exactly as wide in my depiction here. Which may surprise people because it doesn't look that big on screen. But when you really break down what it, the interior space that we've seen and the exteriors, I think it is pretty accurate to say that it is this size. Plus the excellent channel on, or the account on Instagram called Mel Miniatures does a lot of custom ships for the kind of X-Wing, kind of tabletop gaming series, and they tackled this craft recently, and according to their estimates, it would be about this size in my scale. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and take that as official, since Star Wars or Lucasfilm really doesn't give us official stats on any of their new ships anymore. They just kind of throw them out there and let us figure it out. Maybe that's to avoid issues like, hey, that is too small, that thing wouldn't fit inside of that other thing, like it is shown to do on screen. And to avoid all of that complaining by us fans, they just don't tell us how big things are. So yeah, that's the Fondor. Let me show you the action feature that is built into it. So yeah, as you can see on the show, the wings fold, and then that reveals these large laser cannons that come off to the side. I've seen them called lightsabers. They're not lightsabers. They're basically continuous beams of laser, whatever they use for their standard lasers to fight each other. It's just like a continuous stream of that, and that's the reason why this ship has crazy powerful engines, is to be able to, Cassian comments on that in the first episode, that he sees the ship, he's like, whoa, these engines are crazy. It's to power that mechanism. So yeah, these wings fold, and I believe, I'm going to say my in-universe reasoning for these folding, or my headcanon, rather, of the in-universe reason for it, is that this is to shield the ship from some sort of radiation that is emitted from this specialized cannon. So that's why these have to fold into place, to protect the ship itself from being flooded by deadly, deadly radiation. So that's my theory. Don't know if it's true or not, but you know, from this angle you can see it looks just like what we saw in the ship there, and when it does the big spin, you can set the angle to be, you know, just right, just how you want it. But yeah, the gaps here are what allow for that little laser cannon to emerge from this area here, and then take down a whole bunch of stuff. And then yeah, this is obviously a little bit oversized here. This is a cannon which can rotate 360. But yeah, that's kind of a retractable thing. So normally in standard flight mode, Luthen wouldn't have that deployed because he's trying to play it cool, trying to not get spotted. Here we have at the front here the cockpit, and then the tunnel that leads back to the main rest of the body. There's a lot of interesting detail up here at the front of the ship that I'm not sure what it does or what the function of it is, but it looks cool. It's a little bit kind of offset here with this larger cylinder sticking out in the front, so I wanted to obviously call that out in the design there as well. And then on the side here we have what I assume is a docking clamp, or maybe somewhere for a escape pod to launch from. But as far as where it's positioned in the ship, I feel like you wouldn't be able to really access that because of the position of the wings. But the wings can kind of fold in interesting ways that I wasn't able to fully capture here. So maybe they just tuck out of the way and allow access to that. So yeah, underneath here we have very simple landing gear. This is another docking hatch. So you have assuming, yeah, no, I guess that would be the only one. So if this is a docking ring here, there would be an rear or underside entrance as well that you could use to, you know, lock onto a ship and then come out of the bottom tunnel there. And then we have landing gear here on the sides. As far as I can tell, there are 2 large gears at the back and 1 in the front. It's kind of hard to see though from what we've seen in the show. Very kind of limited depictions as usual for these newer ships. They don't bother giving us these super nice glamorous shots of them. Like we got one really cool shot of the Fondor with the wings folding. It was kind of from this angle, and then we got a second one where it was kind of back in the distance like that, and that's about all we got until the big kind of action scene last episode. But yeah, there is the main kind of look at the Fondor there. I think it looks really cool. I like the way that this turned out, especially with the engines, the shaping of the whole kind of kite shape of the body. I think it works really nicely, and I think it captures what we saw on screen pretty well. So yeah, there you go. So let's switch over to the let's build portion of this, so you can see how I made this, and you can build one for yourself. So cue the music. Alright, so here we are at the Let's Build section of the video. Welcome if you're just dropping in now just to see how to build a ship. Hi. Make sure you check out all my other Let's Build videos. I have a playlist of those you can check out down there somewhere. That will let you see all of my other free models that I have done instructions for via a video tutorial like this. So let's get in and see how we build this. So we'll just get started here building the first wing of the Fondor. So I'm going to take this 2x6 wedge plate here, this relatively new shallow curved one of these, and take the insert of one of these hinge bricks here, which gives us the front cannon here for the Fondor. And then I'm going to take the 1x3 tile. I'm going to place that right on there, and then underneath of that I'm going to place the 2x4 plate like so. Next up, we're going to take our 1x6 tile. I'm going to place that on that empty gap right there. And then underneath of this kind of exposed portion of the tile here, we're going to place our little bar holder piece, which is going to be what attaches to the rest of the fuselage. And then we're going to assemble the little engine assembly. So 2 pieces here. We have the trans-clear 1x2 plate onto the inverted slope, and then we can place onto that our wing piece here, this remaining wedge plate, and then that goes into the wing like so. So there is a completed wing number 1. And then we'll do the mirror of that for the other side. So we'll take our wedge plate, take our hinge piece here, and these are super useful because they're thinner than a normal plate, so they're really nice for filling out underside details for things like this cannon. Place our 1x3 tile on there, then the 2x4 plate underneath, lining it up here with the hinge plate, then the 1x6 tile, then the bar holder piece right here. Then we assemble the engine, place that on there, and then finally the wedge plate to complete the look of the wing. So here we have 2 completed wings. Alright, so now we're going to start on the Fondor body. So I'm going to do the engine assembly first. So we're going to take a 1x2 trans light blue plate here, and place our wedge plate on it, the 2x2. And then I'm going to place into this curved slope piece here a 1x1 plate like so. That's going to go right next to the wedge plate that I just placed. And then next to that we have the other side of the engine, so I'm going to take a 1x1 trans light blue plate, and I'm going to place that into another wedge plate that represents the other side of that. And I'm going to take both of these assemblies, I'm going to place them onto this 3x3 plate right here. So that's the beginning of our engines. And then underneath here I'm going to place the same angle of wedge plates, one on either side, like so. And then we're going to place a 1x6 gray plate here, light bluish gray plate, onto the central part of this, leaving just a one stud gap there. And then we're going to place our inverted curve slope into that to complete that nice shape there for the back engines. And then that's that part done. Next up, we're going to build the side areas that kind of hold onto the wings. So we're going to place a 1x2 plate in here. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So these are kind of like the struts that have the lasers coming out of them. So then we take our dark bluish gray clips in here, the 1x2 variety. And then onto that we place our slopes that form that nice kind of central spine of the ship there. Kind of clamps it into place as well. And then we take our dark bluish gray 1x2 inverted curve slopes, and we place those underneath like so. And that just holds everything in place very nicely. And then on top of that, we place one of these round Technic spacer pieces. That is was most recently used as a cup holder thing for the office set. So I thought that was cool. I placed that in there for the kind of central, support for the gun turret. And then we take our bar piece in here with the stud on it, place it stud facing down onto there to be the gunner turret. Perfect. And then next up, we're going to assemble the first side of the front portion of the ship here. So we're going to take our wedge plate here, the 2x4 wedge plate, and we're going to place the 1x4 plate on top of it, so you have a space there like so. And we're going to place our quarter round tile on the top there like that. And then underneath here, we're going to place this inverted dark bluish gray bracket, and then a flat silver single stud like so. And that just clips in right under here. And next we'll build the second kind of half of the front fuselage here, including the cockpit. So take our wedge plate here, the 2x4, and we place our 1x2 plate on it. Then we take our 1x1 dark bluish gray inverted bracket, place that under the front there. And then we take our cockpit piece, and just place that right back here, like so. So this is just the trans dark brown / black wedge plate, or not wedge plate, G-slope piece. So then we place the inverted bracket behind that, and then this little stud with the hole in it for the kind of what I'm assuming is the airlock area there. And we'll place a 1x2 plate in back of that, and then these two really nifty curved slope pieces here, or curved I guess half cylinder pieces. And those will form the kind of corridor that leads up to the cockpit. And we can go ahead and place that in there now. So I've gone ahead and done it in kind of an awkward way, but you get the idea. So one goes above, one goes below, like that. And you just pinch everything in like so, and there you have it. And to fill in this kind of front gap right here, we place a 1x3 dark bluish gray plate, like so. And then over the top of that, covering up these back two studs, we place our grill tile, like so. And then underneath, we have our curved, inverted 1x2 dark bluish gray slope. And that, again, just clamps that shape together really nicely and gives us that good front kind of cool looking front shape there. Next up, we'll fill in the bulk of this middle section. We're going to take our L-shaped 1x2 plate, or 2x2 plate here, like so. And then on top of that, we're going to place this curve slope with the 45-degree cut angle into it, like so. We take our ingot piece, regular old light bluish gray ingot, like so, and then the wedge plate fills in the other half of this to give you that nice kind of diamond shape continuing through there. And finally, we're just going to add the underside here, the landing gear. So we're going to go ahead and take a regular 1x2 jumper plate. I'm going to place that right there. Behind that, we're going to take our 1x3 inverted tile, the convenient hole in it, the Unikitty headpiece there. And that's going to act as the entry point for our landing gear. Landing gear here. So we're going to use the dark bluish gray round tile with bar in it to represent the front landing gear. I'm going to take these two 1x3 plates. I'm going to place them here and here, just like so. And then this represents that bottom docking hatch, so another round plate with hole in the center there. So that's that. And then finally we just fill in this gap with a 1x1 plate, like so. And then we take our two round plates here with the holes in either stud, and those just act as our back landing gear, just like that. So there we go. Now we can go ahead and attach the wings on. So the attachment point is a little bit flimsy on account of it having just one single stud. So you just go ahead and carefully place it on there. And you can fold the wings down to the angle that makes you most happy. And there you have the Fondor. All right, you guys, so there is Luthen standing proud next to his ship. Absolutely cool as a cucumber. Obviously, ship not to scale with the figure. And for all of you Andor super fans out there, don't forget I already did another Let's Build video here for B2Emo, who is, of course, a super adorable droid that features prominently in the earlier episodes of the show, and then again appeared more recently. So yeah, that's also available if you check out the other videos in my Let's Build playlist. And that's gonna about do it for today, guys. So I was really excited to try out this idea of mixing two different styles of my video types and bringing you guys both a microfleet update and also an instructional build video. So let me know what you thought of this format. Let me know if you think that the ship looks cool or not. Did I butcher a classic or did I do it justice? And yeah, let me know what you thought of the finale of Andor. Spoiler free, please, at least for 24 hours. Give me some time to catch up. I'm busy. I don't have time to just run off and watch the episodes at midnight every night, even though I would love to do so. All right, you guys, so that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because we want to grow the channel. We want to get a lot more eyeballs on these mocks that I'm bringing to you guys. And the only way to do that is to let the YouTube algorithm know that the content is good. And, you know, liking, commenting, and subscribing lets them know. So, all right, that's the end of my YouTube spiel. You guys already know this information, but it's always nice to remind folks who forget. So yeah, I'm gonna get to work on the next video. Believe me, I have many, many, many more coming. So I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.